President Biden travels to New York City today to meet with the mayor, Eric Adams. Amid a spike in violent crime, thousands of NYPD officers and employees filled the streets Wednesday for the funeral of Officer Wilbert Mora. He and his partner were both shot and killed last month while responding to a call. Nationwide, that makes 5 officers killed by gunfire this year and 30 wounded. And that's on pace for a very sharp increase from just 2 years ago. Jeff Pegues shows us that dangerous guns are easier than ever for the criminals to get their hands on.
At this ATF firing range in Virginia, we watched as a legal semi-automatic handgun was converted into an illegal machine gun in a matter of seconds, capable of firing off more than 30 rounds almost instantaneously.
Today, you can manufacture that little conversion device on your kitchen table in a 3D printer.
ATF Acting Director Marvin Richardson says technology is partially to blame for the recent rise in gun-related crime.
Technology has allowed us to be able to take a firearm and reduce it to a box of parts that isn't necessarily covered by the federal firearms laws. You've got different platforms that allow you to order it from the privacy of your home, have it delivered to your front door. It's almost a perfect storm.
So how does the ATF counter that?
Remember, the Gun Control Act, 1968, is 54 years old. The National Firearms Act of 1934 is 88 years old.
So you're saying the laws on the books are outdated?
No, I think that the actual dates of the statute's enactments would say that.
Increasingly, the ATF says these modified weapons, along with homemade so-called ghost guns, are leaving law enforcement outgunned.
How many guns do you have in here?
About 15,000.
Acting Deputy Director Thomas Chittum showed us the reference library ATF uses for its investigations. But guns assembled, built, or modified at home are almost impossible to track.
We haven't seen so many machine guns used in crimes since Prohibition.
Is that right?
That is right. Your average law enforcement officer is not armed with a machine gun. Increasingly, criminals are.
With just over 2,500 special agents and a budget that has remained relatively flat in recent years, Richardson has this message.
We really have to work together. Communities, law enforcement, our elected officials, everyone has to work together to become a part of the solution to this problem.
Just this morning, the Justice Department launched a new initiative making it a priority for prosecutors to bring federal charges against suspects who use ghost guns. And during our taping and after, frankly, I was asked numerous times if firing a ghost gun feels any different than firing a manufactured gun. And to me, it didn't. But what really surprised me was how easy that conversion device turns a ghost gun into a machine gun.
Is very, very eye-opening, Jeff, and it'll be an open question whether Congress acts, particularly since so many law enforcement are at the wrong end of those ghost guns when they get out and they're in the public. Thank you very much.